Hi, everybody, and welcome back to Story Reckless. Yeah, I am Nathan. I am your DM for the evening. I use he, him pronouns, and we'll do our quick intros for our players here. Claire, if you want to kick it off.
Yeah, I'm Claire. My pronouns are they, them. I'm playing Kadam.
I want to murder. Sorry. My name is Olive. My pronouns are they, she, and I am playing Lovelace, Centaur Barbarian.
Yeah, and
And I want to kill.
You want to kill? Just you're more than welcome to do that. It is, after all, D&D, and you can do what you want, and then we will see what happens, and I will narrate what happens, maybe with slight horror and. But yeah.
It's all right. We just got a bunch of money. I can probably bail you out.
Yes.
Oh god. Yeah. Because in Baldur's Gate, murder would just be a bailout, and then you're fine, and you can go on on your day.
Interesting.
I don't know. I know. Of course I know. I'm the DM. So with that, yeah. Speaking of Baldur's Gate, we are back in Baldur's Gate. Let us do our quick recap here. I am going to work on trying to make these recaps quicker. I was rewatching the streams and taking notes. So last time, our protagonists here made it within the city walls of Baldur's Gate. They got to see their old neighborhood, their home, and enter within the walls into the chaotic streets of the lower city, making their way to the Cracked Spine, a small bookstore run by a dwarven woman named Disa. Disa led you to a secret door in the back, taking you down into a secret cellar where Box of Screws was running her operation. You conferred with Box of Screws, being your main point of contact, the one who sent you to Candlekeep to try to find out what is afflicting your community, what is the cause of these strange murders. You told her of it potentially being a slithering tracker, and she gave you a bit of money and gave you a lead on where to potentially find out more information about this being, this entity. You both departed ways after this, Kadam heading back home, and Lovelace going to meet up with Valor, your bounty hunter tiefling friend who you met at Candlekeep. And the two of you went out into the city, Lovelace taking Valor to somewhere that she wanted to share with Valor, somewhere she finds special. And you took her to the drawing tree within Insight Park. This very strange tree to all of the residents of Baldur's Gate and those who come through. No one can identify what it is, looking like this massive, almost eucalyptus-looking tree with a rainbow-colored trunk, the majority of it being reds, with hints of blues and greens and yellows. And as the two of you went up to it, Lovelace, you said to Valor to place your hand on the trunk of the tree, as it sometimes can reveal things to people. And you joined Valor in this moment of reflection. And upon doing this, you heard Valor call out to you quietly next to you. Lovelace, look. And as you opened your eyes and looked, you could see that the bark in front of you was starting to peel away around your hand. So, Lovelace, if your hand is still on the trunk of the tree, you watch as the bark peels away like parchment. And it's starting to fall off the trunk, but is being held there by the pressure of your hand. And you can see underneath what appears to be some sort of lines of dark-colored sap. And as the fireflies around you periodically light up, illuminating this section of the tree in warm light, you can see that the sap is a deep red, almost blood-like color, but it seems to be forming some kind of pattern underneath the bark. And you want to pull your hand away from the trunk?
No, I think Lovelace leaves it on.
Okay.
Maybe even like takes her other hand to maybe smear the sap a little bit?
Well, the sap is the bark is peeling like this away
Okay.
from your hand, and you're kind of holding it in place, and you're just seeing on the underside what appears to be some sort of
okay. So yeah, I'll take.
pattern, but in sap. Yeah.
I'll let the bark just kind of fall into my hand then.
Okay. As you pull your hand away, it drifts off and peels away from the trunk. And you can see little strings of sap still kind of attached as it's falling away, and it falls into your hand. And the warm lights of the fireflies lighting this up start to reveal the intricacies of this pattern before you. You can see that there what looks to be grooves of this blood-colored sap that form a circle about the size of your hand. And within the circle, there are veins of sap that weave together, forming an intricate network. These small veins, each of them connect to the outer rim of the circle, and sprouting from the rim, you see these rune-like branches, more geometric in shape than the naturalistic pattern within the circle. And there are numerous of these small branches lining the outside of the circle. Some of them look to almost be like a trident, a three-pronged rune coming off, while others are, I guess, the opposite shape, more of an arrow with the prongs pointing down. And at the top of the circle, you can see one rune, larger than the rest, that stretches out from the top of the circle in that trident-like shape.
I don't know what this means. I need a wizard or something, or Quidam?
Is this usually what happens with the tree?
No, I've never actually seen it. I mean, I've been here before. I've asked questions before. It's never been like this. It makes no sense to me. I don't know what to do.
Well, it's quite exciting.
Yeah. I wish it was a little bit more clear. I'm not gonna lie. It's not exactly a treasure map, is it?
Not really, unless perhaps it's a map. I mean, it has lines, and that maybe that big circle thing is like some kind of building. I don't know. Is it supposed to show you a map?
I've told you the stories. It's supposed to just give answers, not more freaking riddles.
What a shit tree.
No, it's fine, Tree. You did your best. You're a tree. Thanks. Thank you, Tree.
Well,
Yeah.
what now?
Yeah.
As you're standing there, Lovelace, you hear a rustling behind you on the path. I'd say more of a crunching of gravel and sticks, like someone is approaching.
I turn. Maybe just like glance to be like, I'm kind of in the middle of something.
Okay. You look behind you, and you don't have dark vision, so you see what appears to be some individual walking up the path. They are very thin and gangly, and kind of crooked looking as they're approaching. And they seem to, as they walk up, you see them hold a hand out. you see them hold a hand out, and suddenly a flame appears in their hand, just barely illuminating a face which looks to be mainly hair. Just coarse, wiry, almost green tinted hair.
You're the druid, yes?
Okay, so your turn.
Yeah. So I think I do this like double take. You're like, who is this? Nobody. Oh wait, you are relevant to my current interests.
And Valor turns now, realizing that someone is walking up, looking a bit startled. And you can now see this individual's face. It is got this long... he has this long, crooked, gnarled nose that curls down a bit. Somewhat thin lips that are just barely appearing within this wiry mass of green-tinted hair. And you can see there looks to be, now that you're facing them fully, there's definitely lichen growing all throughout their beard, the wiry eyebrows, the hair that's just off the top. And this individual looks at you. What are you doing with the tree? As the flame is... I told you Bardurians to get away from my tree. It will speak to you when it's ready.
Funny you say that. And I hold up the bark.
As you walk over, Valor tentatively follows behind, kind of trying to catch your eye to, like, see if just looking at you. Right. And you approach this individual, and they, as you hold out the bark, and they reach out and just grab your hand, pulling it close.
Got any idea what this means?
I am not one to interpret the images of the drawing tree. It merely tells me who to find. And I find this disturbing that I was not made known of your presence.
I can't really help you with that. Is there an interpreter?
Usually the individuals that receive it find meaning of their own within the visions.
Okay then. I'll try to get on that, I guess. How do you meditate? Is it a meditation thing? Is it... I'm not good at this kind of stuff. I don't like complications.
You merely must push all the thoughts out of your mind. Focus on everything around you, every detail. Feel your body give way to the elements around you.
Okay. Yeah, I'll keep that in mind. I want to leave. I don't want to be here anymore.
Did you hear something that brought you here?
Nope.
Something must have drawn you to this tree.
It's a nice tree. It's a nice garden.
It does not merely speak for anyone. There is something about you.
Yeah, and that's what I freaking asked it. I don't know what's happening to me. And I get more riddles. Okay, I have a friend I need to go find. I need to go talk to them.
You could seek out someone that may know more.
Uh-huh. Any recommendations?
He looks you over, carefully considering you.
You there.
And looks at Valor.
Leave us.
I would prefer that she stay, actually. If you're fine with that, Valor.
I'm fine with being here.
This information is just for those who have been drawn to the tree. I do not know this one, but you seem to have some sort of connection.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want the information or not?
You can whisper it to me, but Valor's staying within eyesight.
Fine.
He gets very close to you, and you can now smell that earthy scent coming off of him, his beard, his hair.
There is one deep within the wood, outside of Baldur's Gate. You folk refer to it as the Wood of Sharp Teeth. Bit dramatic.
I wasn't gonna say anything, but yeah.
But deep within there is one, a guardian, that you could seek out for answers. And there is another, one that is harder to find, but one of great power. A druid. She goes by the name of Xanthoria.
Xanthoria.
I do not know where she resides, but she is said to be very, very powerful.
Okay. Forest of Teeth. There's a guardian there. Does this guardian have a name?
None that I know of.
Can I tell them that you sent me?
Sure.
And what's your name?
Dorimesh.
Hold that down. Thank you, Dorimesh.
Torimesh with a D, with a T.
Thank you, Torimesh.
He quickly grabs you as you start to lean away, pulls you in a little closer.
The tree does not speak to anyone.
Like,
it chooses carefully.
I don't like that.
Since it has spoken to you, I have a certain amount of trust towards you for this. But please, keep what I have told you to yourself. Please.
I mean, if I'm gonna go to these woods, I'm gonna bring my friends.
Only those who you trust most.
Okay.
Surely you have seen what all of these humans are capable of.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
And he slowly lets you go.
Thank you, Torimesh. Thank you for tending this garden and this tree. I'm going to go now. And Lovelace turns and walks past Valor. It's like, let's head out.
Yes, let's. She just looks at him side-eyed as she starts to turn and follow you. And you just have that sense of his eyes boring into the back of your head as you trot down the hill, down back into the lower city. Yeah, that guy was real creepy. So what did he tell you?
He told me where I could maybe find some interpreters.
Really?
When did you say that you're heading out of town?
I'm leaving in the morning. I've chartered passage on the boat heading towards Elturel.
Well, if you're ever passing through Baldur's Gate again, we pointed out where my house was.
Of course.
I'd love to see you again.
I would enjoy it as myself.
I'm gonna go home. I have some stuff to think about.
Would you like me to walk you home?
I think I'd like to be alone, actually. Thank you, though.
Of course. Well, thank you, Lovelace. This was unexpected.
Yeah. It keeps happening. Okay. Yep. Just one thing after another. Just gotta get through it. Okay. Have a good night. I'll see you again sometime.
You too. And next time, if we end up having drinks together, I want you to actually tell me what the hell happened with all those gnolls and the, the lights and the spirits coming out of the ground.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Tell me about that someday.
You know what? I sure hope that I can.
Good.
That's a good goal. It's a date. Next time.
All right. Well, good evening, and I do hope to see you again. Well, tell Kadam I say bye.
Will do. And Lovelace turns and trots off
into
the night.
Okay. And for the audience, this was my shitty drawing of what the bark looked like. So that was the symbol, the pattern that was revealed to Lovelace.
I drew one too. I'd be interested to see how they match up or don't.
Oh, you drew one just based on the description?
Yeah.
Cool. I think that's awesome. I would love to see compare the two. That would be amazing. All right. So, Lovelace, as you trot off into the lower city, are you heading home?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just making sure if there's anything else you wanted to do this evening.
Just going home sounds real good.
Okay.
In a proper centaur bed.
Mm-hmm.
Some food that I've made.
Kadam.
Yeah.
You're heading home after the cracked spine?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Directly.
Okay. And your going home was probably at least an hour before Lovelace, but you nevertheless find your way through the lower city, go back through the Stony Eyes gate, you do know, both of you would know that probably by 10 or so, the gates do just seal entirely and they don't let any more traffic in and out. You're both fine in terms of time. But you can see there are still a number of folks trying to get into the city. But it's definitely slowed down since you first arrived. I'm not going to go with all the trouble of going in and out of the gate right now. And I believe it's only...
free going out, ain't it?
Yes, exactly. Yeah. So it should, I believe so. Going out of the gate is free. That makes sense in my head. But you start walking out into the outer city, first coming upon the Stony Eyes neighborhood full of the slaughterhouses and knackeries and stables. And the ground here is a bit more muddy, and especially when you pass by some of these slaughterhouses, there's just this kind of awful mix of like mud, and it looks like areas where blood is even seeped out into the street, and the smell is very strong.
I am tempted to like stomp in every single puddle that I go by just to see what happens. But then there's another part of me that's like, no, let's go to bed.
Yeah. But, yeah. While you're walking home, why don't you roll a d20 for me?
Oh boy. Oh, dice.
You might need those for our game of D&D.
I might. That's a natural 1.
Okay. And yeah, just to address some of the chat, Winged Scribe would like to know what the local woodworker would like to know what a centaur bed looks like. So we'll have to get to that at some point.
I have posted a link in the chat of a Google image search.
Amazing. I'm gonna have to look that up later.
It's so good. It's like these recliners that like fold out. They're kind of like the top half of a like beach chair or like a beside the pool chair, like that kind of like lean material, but then it just like stops at the ground. And you put a pad or something on the ground there, just like cuddle up, rest on it.
Yes. Oh, that's awesome. Yes. Everyone in the stream can now see I clicked on the link to see. That's awesome. All right. With the natural 1, your walk home goes by without incident. You're fine.
It's just the way I like it.
Yeah. You approach your home and you can see there's still probably one light on inside your neighbor's home and a bit of smoke drifting out. And you see your home there with the lush roses growing up out in front of your house. And you can head on in for the evening.
For folks at home, as it were, there are cobblestones lining the street here, this main road through North Chapel, and Kidam's house, as well as the ones right smack up next to it, is right on the road. But it looks like someone has ripped up a few cobblestones underneath the window to plant the roses, which, it being a little bit early, aren't in bloom quite yet. But yeah, evidently they're doing very well, which I am pleased by. So I will unlock my front door, open it up.
Mm-hmm.
I assume everything is where I left it.
Step inside your familiar home. Everything looks to be where you left it. Do you want to describe what your humble abode looks like as you step inside?
Yeah. It looks like at one point the building that I am in, well, was built on as an addition to my next door neighbor's house. And then at another point, it was like partitioned off and made into its own little residence. So it's a single-story wooden building with a very sloped roof. which kind of is right up smack against the neighbors, which is a 2-story house. Inside, it's one room, going back much longer than it is wide. Let's see, right in front of the door pretty much is an enormous high wooden table, very long, that kind of is about waist height for Quidam.
Mm-hmm.
A couple of cozy chairs in front of the window, and then a very narrow and steep wooden staircase that's just slats leading up to a loft. And as you go through, the table continues for rather a long time. There are a couple of stools at the far end, and then you get to the bookshelves. Most of them don't actually contain books, though.
Oh.
Jars, tinctures, dried herbs,
Yeah.
medicines. There's a little black pot-bellied stove in the back corner, a back door with another window that leads out into the yard that the, 4 or 5 buildings here share.
Yeah. Yeah, and you have the familiar sense hitting your nose once more as you enter into your cozy home. Is there anything you want to do in here, Quidam, or just head straight to bed and...
I want to take off my shoes.
Easy enough. You settle in for the night. Nothing disturbs you this evening, so you're free to take your rest unless you want anything else to happen. But yeah.
No, I'm not even going to bother unpacking.
Yeah.
I'll probably do grab some water from the well a couple blocks over.
Yeah.
But so I have some washing up water for tomorrow morning.
Yeah.
Yeah, bed.
As you're coming back from the well with water, you can you see as you approach, you come around the corner and you start to go towards your door, you see Pog and Orla standing there beaming at you in front of their door. And Orla is kind of like gesturing to Pog. And Pog pulls up a what looks to be some sort of ceramic dish with a bit of food scraps left in it. And Pog goes, "Hi, Quidam. We left. We heard you come in and heard you moving around. We knew you were home, so these are some leftovers for Pog. Just give him the food." And you see these
Thank
two...
you so much.
These two little gnomes that have just... I believe, yeah, they have tow heads. They are just almost bright white and blonde hair as they're standing there beaming up at you. Pog with his cheeks kind of blushing and Orla standing there next to him, handing you the food.
I will squat down so that I'm on their eye level. Thank you very much, both of you. That's very kind.
Well,
how you
doing, just
Orla?
happy to see you back. Oh, I'm doing good. Just, and you can see she is very, very pregnant. Just standing there, kind of wobbling a bit with the weight on her body. Yeah, I'm all right. Just really wish they would just come on out. Oh, but honey, the glow you have it. Yeah, okay, Pog, I know. Just waiting for this to be finished at any moment now.
Well, I'm
really
ready
happy
for you when you are.
Yeah, we're really, really glad that you're back. It probably will be happening any day now. Quidam, are you gonna be busy? Are you gonna be around?
I'm absolutely going to be around. You are my only clients right now, so.
Oh, good. Oh, that's so good to hear. Yeah, it's just so lovely. Well, I need to head in and
of course
take the rest of the night to myself. But we just wanted to give you a little bit of a taste of home. We know you were gone for quite some time.
Yeah.
You went out to Candlekeep, was it?
Yeah, went out to Candlekeep, do some research there. Largely successful, but
That's good to hear.
yeah.
I heard someone else died over in Stony Eyes. One of those deaths that are kind of reminiscent of, I think you and the other healers were going around looking into it, right?
Yeah. We have more information about that, so hopefully we can
good.
stop that right now.
Yeah, well, I guess at least it's whatever is causing it. It seems like it's maybe not happening in our neighborhood, I hope. Some of the kids are... Well, people are telling stories and, some of the kids get scared.
Sure.
Just have to say things, keep them calm, everything's fine. I'm sure everything's fine. Yeah.
Well, I don't know that I can tell you terribly much at the moment, but avoid standing water for a little bit.
Oh. Okay.
If you can.
Are baths okay?
I think baths are all right.
Okay. Okay, good to know. Thanks.
Yeah.
Well, good night, Kadam.
Have a
Enjoy
good
the
night.
food.
Thank you. I will. Tell Erky that he's been doing an amazing job.
Oh, we will.
With my roses.
He has just... I honestly have never seen him work so hard for anything. It was incredible. But yes, of course.
All right. Have a good night, and I will make my way back inside.
Okay. Well, as you settle down for the evening, and if you want, eat some of the leftover food.
Absolutely.
Lovelace, while you're trotting on home, will you roll a d20 for me as you make your way through the outer city?
I would love to. I'm rolling it on which dice if you...
I have it.
Oh,
another
wow!
one! 2 ones!
We're doing so good!
Well,
Safe passage home!
yeah. Thankfully for this, getting a 1 is fine. Nothing happens as you make your way home. Don't worry, Mara. It's okay.
Like, I don't know, 5 rolls I've made, 6 rolls I've made, like, have not been above a 5.
Yeah, you got a 3, and then a 2, and then a 1.
And then I think a second 1.
Correct. Yeah.
And now this is a third 1.
Yeah. Excellent. You guys are doing great. You're winning D&D.
I'm so glad we're not in combat. I'm so glad I'm not murdering anyone.
Yeah. So, Lovelace, you make it home and head into the building next door to Kadam. I don't know if you have any idea of what your home looks like, if you have any descriptions.
I think I just open the door, throw my stuff on the ground, probably like next to any of the things that like we dropped off on our way past the first time, like the traveling supplies.
Yeah.
I probably just like strip off most of my clothes, flop down on bed, and try to fall asleep with the like bark just like sitting in the pile. Lovelace doesn't want to deal with it.
Yeah. And just curious, is your home tidy? Is it messy? Is it just like, like a broad description or like a broad word to describe like what your home is like?
I think the roofs are not ideal. Like there's probably like some kind of like slanted like roof situation in some place, like because there's like stairs on the other side of it.
Yeah.
So again, it's like part of like this larger building.
Yeah.
And so it's like full of like all these like weird angles and stuff that like Lovelace is constantly having to just like duck under and like get around. But it has a nice big backyard, which is like the big draw to it, and she spends a lot of her time out there when she's home.
Excellent. Yeah.
And as you rest there on the bed,
the little piece of bark in the corner and the pile of your clothing and belongings, you drift off into sleep. And nothing happens. You get a long rest. No dreams tonight. No dreams tonight. You both have your rest and are greeted the next day with light trickling in through your windows and a new day before you. So, as you can start to hear the sounds of foot traffic outside picking up, the clomping of hooves on the cobblestone right past your main street, being right there on kind of the main thoroughfare leading in and out of Baldur's Gate, what would the two of you like to do?
I will get up pretty early, I think, so that I have time to do my full morning routine before meeting up with Lovelace. My full morning routine being tea, food, cleaning myself up, like nothing special, just glorying in being home and back in a space where I know where everything is and feel relatively safe and have control.
Yeah. Yeah, no problem. Lovelace?
I think Lovelace usually gets up pretty early, but she's tired. She carried Quidam like for several days. You can't just have one long rest and sleep that off. And so she probably like wakes up late to like, and she knows it's late because the tenants like next door have like some kind of like mid-morning like brunch or something, so like people are like clomping up and down those stairs.
Yeah, you're awoken to like
yeah, like usually she's
stairs.
like already up and moving around at that time. She's just like, oh, right. Oh, okay.
You hear a knock on the back door.
Oh, throw on some clothes. Just kind of like gathers her hair up into probably just like pulls out the last of the braids and just like puts it into like a big ponytail.
Yeah.
Ponytail. Do I have two ponytails?
Yeah, now you do.
And they're pigtails.
Oh no.
And I will go and crack the door open. Like, good morning, Quidam. Is that you?
It is. Sure enough. I have tea.
Oh, come on in.
Tray with a tray with a teapot that's freshly steeped and 2 cups on the tray and another in my pocket just in case.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, right. We were gonna meet in the morning. Sorry, I forgot.
It's still morning. Don't worry.
Okay. Give me a second. And I think
Absolutely.
Like, go and get like a bucket of water. That's probably been there the entire time. She probably didn't get fresh one.
It's,
but it's still fine.
Yeah, it's fine.
Water.
There's a lot of, like little bits of dust and hair, probably hairs like on the surface.
Yeah, I think just like dunk a rag in there, like wash her face up.
Mm-hmm.
And then turn and sit down with Quidam for some tea.
Okay. Do you two of you want to talk about anything? Otherwise, your morning, nothing happens inside the home. You have your tea.
I was wondering if you would mind swinging by Sorcerer's Sundries today on our way up to the Wide. I was figuring we could look there for the Dust of Dryness. I've never actually been there, never had any reason to go, but I have no idea if they'll have it in stock, but they will probably know more about it than we do, so...
I think I've picked up some packages from there before. Yeah, I've been there.
All right, excellent.
Yeah.
I know it's up in Heapside, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Heapside.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm gonna need like a little bit of time to finish getting ready.
All right.
If you don't mind hanging out here for a bit.
No.
And I think she'll like go and like put her like day clothes on and then like come back and sit down again with Quidam and like start going through the process of like braiding her hair.
Okay.
Which might take a bit.
Yeah. Easy enough. It takes time, but yeah.
How was last night?
Fine. We went to Drawn Park.
Inside Park?
Inset Park, right? With the drawing tree.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Right.
it was very beautiful.
Good.
Have you ever spoken to the druid there?
No.
Heard
I've
of
only
him?
been there a couple times.
Torimesh? Name ring any bells?
Tormesh. No. Sorry, I just know that there is a druid there.
Yeah.
Did you meet him?
Yeah. He's cryptic. But you know, like, not too surprising. Sure, gets all sorts up there in the park. Probably slow to trust. Hey, does this, just out of curiosity, does this symbol mean anything to you? And goes over to the pile of things, and just like holds up the bark and like hands it over to Kiram.
I assume it doesn't mean anything to me.
Can make a religion check.
My dog is on his back, looking
Oh.
up at me on the floor behind me. That's not bad. That's not bad. 18.
No.
Fair. I mean, you got some kind of orb with fork sticking off of it.
Yeah, it's got a little bit like cracks in it or something.
Yeah. Did you find this at the park?
Yeah, I did. Don't worry about it. Here, I'm just about done.
I have heard the stories about the tree up there.
Have you?
I have.
I'm gonna go grab my axes. I think they're over there in that pile. And Lovelace just very awkwardly stands up and goes and like gets her like vest and stuff. What have you heard about those stories, Kidam?
I have heard that if the right person goes and asks a question, it will be answered.
Yeah, I told Valor that too.
Lovelace,
Yep.
are you
Very
asking me for
uncomfortable.
help in a very roundabout way?
If I said no, would you believe me?
No, but I would let it go.
Okay. Let's go with no then.
Alright.
For now.
Alright. I think you should keep this.
Yeah, sure. Puts it in
I'll
my
hand
pouch.
it back over.
As you hand that over, Lovelace, you hear a knock at the front door.
So many visitors today. Kidam, could you get that? I'm grabbing the last of my things.
Sure. I will go answer the front door.
All right, you open the door, and Valor is standing there before you, decked out in armor.
Valor!
Oh, Lovelace, Kadam. Jeez.
It's alright. People seem to frequently confuse us, which is very odd, I think, but I'm rolling with it.
I came here to see Lovelace.
Yeah, she's here.
I was looking for you too, but you weren't home. I guess you were here. This is for you. And Valor hands you a small little like wooden box.
Oh,
And for Lovelace,
come on in.
well, I need to go. I really
Oh.
actually have to run and grab the boat before it leaves, but I wanted to give you both some gifts before I leave.
Oh,
Lovelace, for you, she pulls out this pot with a beautiful collection of flowers growing in it. I noticed it seemed like you like flowers, so I thought I'd get you this.
Oh, Valor,
They said that these are like flowers that grow around here, like they're local or something. So just.
Oh, I'm probably gonna kill him, but that's really sweet of you. Thank you.
You're welcome. All right. Well, I really must run. Good luck, and see you around. And Valor
Safe
goes
travels.
dashing off.
Valor. I would like to, like, just before she fully heads out the door, just grab her shoulder.
Yeah.
Real quick.
Oh.
Valor,
Yes.
thank you for everything. And I will cast guidance.
You're welcome. Thanks for that. I'm gonna need it because I need to run really fast now to get to my boat. And she starts running down the street, hearing the armor kind of. Okay.
Oh, that's so sweet.
That
Look
really
at that.
is. The box I have?
You want to open it?
Yeah.
You open it, and it looks like there's some 2 nice bracelets within. All right, so with that,
That's really sweet.
as you get ready for the rest of your day, Lovelace, you finish braiding your hair. Kadam, you finish your tea. And would you like to head out into the town?
Heck yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I will proudly wear my new bracelets.
Awesome. And they can look like really whatever you want them to look like. Yeah.
I'll give it a thought.
Yeah. All right. You head out back into the busy city. Let's see here. Yeah, another clear, beautiful day as you head towards the gates. Let's do this. Go ahead and Kadam, roll a d8 for me.
8.
Yeah.
6.
6.
I almost said 9.
As you are approaching the gate, you suddenly hear behind you a booming voice as you see a flaming fist with a contingent of soldiers behind them. Appears to be some sort of captain with soldiers behind them. Calls out and says, "Clear the gate! Clear the gate! Petra coming through!" And everyone starts to push aside as other flaming fists start moving through the crowd and kind of pushing people off to the side, those that are a bit slow, clearing way. And you can see this covered carriage moving towards the gate with a couple of horses drawing it as it comes clomping up the cobblestone road towards Stony Eyes Gate. And it kind of comes to a stop just before the gate, and you watch as the door opens up, and it's this black carriage with very obnoxious gold filigree all around the doors and the edges, and you see little golden baubles coming off the tops of it. And as it opens, you see a very... it's a woman steps out with these tight buns, 2 buns coming up off the back of her head, silvery hair, a stern, cold face. She's wearing a ornate black dress with little gold filigree within it. And she slowly steps down from the gate and just looks over the crowd as 2 of her armed guards come up beside her, and she starts to walk towards the gate and just gestures her hand to the guards that are currently waiting at the gate as they open it up for her and let her through.
Does she have Fist as guards, or like
no,
personal?
they appear to be personal guards, also wearing like black leathers as they guide her towards the gate. And I guess the gate wouldn't be open; it would already be open. But the raised gate, the guards there just let them pass through as she goes walking into the city. And you can see that on the other side, waiting, there are more people, all dressed in black uniforms, with a litter waiting for her as she steps inside of it, and then they start to pick it up and start carrying her through the streets, with armed guards following on either sides.
I think Lovelace will like nudge some random person in the crowd and be like, "Hey, do you know who the necromancer is over there?"
You don't know who that was? Oh. Seriously? That was Lady Vanthampur. Like one of the 4 Dukes of Baldur's Gate.
Oh. What's she doing out here?
Who knows? Probably drugs.
Drugs.
That's
probably drugs.
Probably
yeah.
drugs.
And then the Flaming Fist turns to the crowd. All right, everyone through. Go in for inspection. And the crowd starts to channel through the gate.
What is happening with the carriage?
You watch as it starts to go back down the road towards probably some stable. But yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, it does not enter the city. You would know, growing up in Baldur's Gate, that horses are not allowed within the walls of Baldur's Gate.
Hence all the porters.
Yeah. Which is why...
All right.
Yeah. Okay, so getting through the gate without issue, go ahead and pay your 3 copper pieces, so 6 copper total.
3, not 5?
Oh, sorry, 5. Thank you. So a silver.
All right.
I don't know why I said
happy to
3.
grab that, Lovelace, if you want.
Yeah, might as well put him on Screw's dime.
Okay. You want to head to Sorceress Sundries first?
I think so, yeah.
Okay.
Now, Quidam, what is a sundry? I've always wondered.
Oh, it's like a not a random object, but an object that's a subset of something you're talking about, I guess.
Okay, a subset.
So, like, if I ask you to grab my surgical sundries, what I mean is my medical bag.
Got it. Does it usually come with alliteration? Surgical sundries, sorceress sundries?
No, not necessarily.
All right.
You don't have to go terribly far through Eastway neighborhood, and you get to just about the border of the Eastway neighborhood in Heapside. I mean, borders are... to some, the borders are very hard and clear. To others, they are not. But you make your way through the streets, arriving in front of Sorceress Sundries. And before you see this dome of stained glass atop a tall, round shop. You can see that within the store, and from the morning light itself, as the light is catching the top of the stone, there are these chaotic shafts of color that kind of come out from the dome itself. The light catching this strange mosaic of colors on the dome, and it's just creating these shafts of colored life, that some of it spilling out onto the street, and within you can see that the store itself, there almost appears to be bits of light coming down inside that are creating these strange colors. And yeah, the doorway appears to be wide open. You can see numerous patrons within kind of milling about. And the building itself appears to be about 3 stories tall. And stepping inside, you can see that there are wooden pillars that support the building with that large stained glass dome looming above everything and the light coming down from above. And there are staircases going, like, spiraling up the sides to go to the various floors. You even see there are some areas where it looks like the shelves have been packed so tightly and chaotically that there are just ladders set up periodically throughout the shop to, like, reach taller shelves that are way out of reach of average height people. And there are bookcases and strange plants everywhere. And in the center of this open-spaced building, surrounded by all these shelves and strange items, there is a central kind of circular desk or bar, I suppose, like a where the teller would be. And behind it, you can see there is a person there who... Yeah, there is this human male behind the counter. And the one thing of note on this individual is he seems to be excitedly talking to a customer as they have various items out on the counter. And he's a relatively younger looking man with clean shaven and has bright red orange hair. And his right hand, as he's gesturing wildly to this person in front of him, is just a withered black little hand. Like it's clearly it's smaller than the other one, and it appears to be very skeletal almost, and the skin stretched around it, but seems to be functional. And he's just kind of gesturing wildly to this customer. Yeah, within there are numerous items. You could probably buy all sorts of things within here, but what would you like to do?
I think I'll take a couple steps inside and then just stop, slightly overwhelmed by the amount of color and objects in here. I suppose it would be easiest to just ask at the front desk.
Yeah, I wouldn't know where to start.
All right. Make my way up to the front desk and stand behind this person who is being gestured at.
Yeah, so this individual is just wrapping up the sale with what appears to be a kind of stout half-orc who's there with like some thick glassed bottles in front of him with the stoppers in them. And this individual is going, oh, yeah, well, you see, this one here is Supreme, and this one is just a normal one, but you probably want to go with the Supreme, because if you go down, let me tell you, buddy, it's bad news. Stop looking at my hand. So, I'm telling you, you want to go with the Supreme, for sure.
Well, it's really expensive.
You can handle it. I know you. Look at you. You're a strapping young lad. Just you want to go with the Supreme, I'm telling you.
All right, yeah.
And he takes out this big thing of...
It's gonna be all my gold.
Well, if you're dead, then it doesn't really matter. Now, does it?
All right.
Sets the gold down, grabs it.
All right. Well, pleasure doing business with you, I guess.
Ah, yes, of course. Tell him Rivlin sent you. Rivlin Blackhand. All right, goodbye, then. Looks over at the two of you. Oh, wow, look at you. Ha ha. What a sight. Can I help you?
Yeah, we're looking for dust of dryness.
Ha! Dust of dryness. Oh, yes, what are you doing? Are you drying up a pool or something? Fighting a water elemental? We might have that around here somewhere. Give me a moment. I'll go take a look. Let's see here.
He goes off. Fighting a water elemental?
Doesn't sound like a good time. I'm kind of are.
Say that last thing?
We kind of are. Like, we're fighting...
Maybe? That book said they were an ooze. Maybe we could just ask, you know? Asking questions sometimes leads to answers.
Let's see here. I'm gonna... Okay, sure. Somebody want to roll percentile dice?
Heck yeah.
Go for it.
24.
Yep, okay. After some time, as you see him go scurry off into the shop, and eventually you see him like up on one of the other floors, like climbing up a ladder, pushing aside things, and he climbs down. Later you see him up on the 3rd floor, and then he disappears for a bit and then pops up with a bottle and then leans over. I think I found one here for ya. I'll be right down. Yeah. And he just and then appears down at the table in front of you, the counter. Pretty neat, huh? Well, this here, Dust of Dryness, this is quite a nice item I got here. It'll run you about 350 gold if you got it. And that's a deal, let me tell you.
You know,
come on now,
I was just in Candlekeep not but a 10-day ago, and they had some there that was considerably cheaper than that.
Oh, did they? Well, la-di-da. How much are they selling it for?
About 200 apiece.
200 apiece, eh? You can make a persuasion check if you want to try to talk this guy down. Or is
That's
it deception?
An outright lie.
Yeah, okay. Then a deception check, yeah. Thank you for being honest. I was like, did I say that?
13.
13?
Ooh.
I'm afraid, you're not gonna be able to find this anywhere around here, so unless you wanna head on back to Candlekeep. 350 gold.
How about this?
Look at this one here, huh? Real negotiator. Pointing at you, Lovelace. Or looking at you.
Lovelace just shrugs.
I'll have a few things that might be of interest to you. We might be able to do something of a trade. I will take out the vial of holy water that I have on me.
Okay.
And put it down on the counter.
Okay. How much does holy water go for?
I don't remember. 50 gold?
Not 350.
Not 350.
Is it a flask of holy water? Like that would be the equipment item?
Yeah, whatever's in the
so 25 gold in the player's handbook.
Oh.
Are you trying to pass it off as something different, or you're just...
Let's give it a go.
What do you say it is as you slap it down?
This is a vial.
Wow, I didn't know that Kadam was so okay with lying. It's great.
I didn't know this either.
Yeah, it's great. Go for it.
This is a vial that never runs out of holy water. It has been specially enchanted such that...
Is that so?
It is.
Well, then you won't mind if I just pick it up then and give it a shot, huh?
Not at all.
All right, and grabs it, takes the stopper off. That's incredible. Well, here we go. Well, that didn't seem to work like you said, did it?
It takes a few hours to regenerate.
Really? Oh. Really? Interesting. Well, give me a moment here. What am I?
I turned to Lovelace and go.
And you watch his eyes kind of as he does a quick gesture with his hands. No. Yeah, no. There. No, it's all on the floor now. Yeah, well, this bottle's just a bottle. But it's a nice try.
Are you saying that I have been swindled?
I am afraid so.
Damn it.
Where'd you get this from?
Candlekeep.
Well, la-di-da.
Guess we know why they were selling that dust for so cheap now, huh?
You know, I bet you would have bought it there and you would have come on back with just a pile of dust. And that would have been it.
My goodness. Well, I have some words to say to some people.
Well, you certainly should.
I apologize for taking up your time. I might return at a later date.
Well, you know where to find me, and just remember, Rivlin Blackhand. But before you leave, surely you would like something else. We got all kinds of items on display here. What do you,
Thank you, perhaps another time.
Well, you look like a strapping, warrior. Perhaps you could use a new, what do you got there? A couple axes? Lance?
Sorry, not today. We've got places to be. Another time.
Oh, well, very well. I do hope to see you in here again soon. Okay.
I want an insight. Does he? What?
Go for it. Make an insight check.
5. I can't roll above. That's with +2.
Oh my god. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it seems like he really wants to see you again. And as you leave, you see he turns right away and starts talking with another customer as you head out of this shop.
Leaving that pool of holy water.
Oh yeah, as you leave, he goes, do you want your bottle back?
Sure.
Alright, there you go. And you watch as it just hovers across the shop.
Oh dear.
A slight spectral hand holding it as it gets closer, and you...
Thank you.
No problem. Remember, Rivlin Blackhand.
I won't forget. I step outside and immediately just put my hands in my face. My face in my hands. Oh gosh, Lovelace.
I think Lovelace just like claps Quidam on the back. It's like, oh buddy.
Why did I do
We've all
that?
been there.
Have we? Have we really?
No, I really haven't. But I'm glad you tried. Let's head over to the booksellers, huh?
Oh God! All right. I'm never gonna live that down.
I
thought it was very quick thinking.
I applaud your effort. It was amazing.
I didn't know Quidam was a haggler.
Oh, I am excited for future shopping episodes when you have more money.
Go hang out with him. No one's hero said that I want to hear a news report from this character so bad, and I agree.
Don't cry around his off hours.
Listen, when
like
I had
auctioneer?
when I don't know you're going to Sorcerer's Sundries until literally we start the stream, and I have to go, what does this guy sound like? This is what happens.
My apologies.
Oh, it was wonderful. I had a lot of fun with it. Thank you for the gift. Okay, so you head. Are you going to the wide?
Yeah.
Okay. You head on out towards the wide. There are a few gates you could go through, but really, I guess actually from this angle, unless you want to be sneaky about it, the real only gate you can go through is the main gate on the steeps. The other ones you would know are privately reserved, unless you can think of some way to get through. But
that's Baldur's Gate, isn't it?
yes, it is. Thank you. So you want to go through Baldur's Gate? In Baldur's Gate? Okay, go ahead and who made the last roll? Lovelace, you made the last roll. Quidam, make a d20 roll for me as you start heading towards Baldur's Gate.
16.
16. Ding. Sorry, I was just thinking about Community for some reason.
The TV show, not like.
Yes, the TV show. That's why I went Bean. So, you got a 16. Okay. Which is that. Okay. Roll a d10.
9.
Okay.
Do I get to murder?
I mean, you could. Okay, as you get up to Baldur's Gate, you can see that as you're approaching the gate, there's another kind of commotion happening up there as you see guards are pushing individuals out of the way, and you can see this young, kind of red-nosed, slicked back, black hair individual in fine clothing comes strolling out of the gate, accompanied with an escort of 10 what appear to be 10 guards escorting them out of Baldur's Gate down through this main section of cobblestone streets. And you can see it appears to be a young Patriarch is being escorted past all of you as you're once more being shoved off to the side by the guards that are leading them out, making sure that no one gets in the way or interferes as this Patriarch is heading down towards the docks.
I wonder if there's some kind of event on today.
I have no idea.
A lot of nobles.
And as you make your way up towards Baldur's Gate, you see.
I want to nudge some random person in the crowd.
Well, you might know.
You want to nudge a random person? Okay.
Yeah.
You nudge
like, hey.
someone, and it's this old man.
Hey, who's that? What's all this about?
I don't know.
Cool. Bye.
Bye.
And you go clopping up the road towards Baldur's Gate.
We are heading into their territory now. The Patriarchs, I mean.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah. I was... Yeah, approaching, you can see this gate. I mean, it's the namesake of the city. It is by far the oldest, one of the oldest parts of the city. You can see the walls themselves look very old in their construction. These thick stones rising up before you with the gate there. And you can see the crest of Baldur's Gate resting above the arched entryway. It is a ship on an open harbor with I believe a gate above it, and it's kind of in red and oranges. But you approach, and upon reaching another silver piece, 5 copper each, so a silver piece to enter into the upper city. And what you notice is, I don't know if either of you have been to the upper city, but the individuals who are currently at guard at the gate are not Flaming Fist. You see the other contingent of guards, those that are exclusive to the upper city, known as the Watch. And they are much more their uniforms are much more formal looking and less like a soldier's. You notice they have, instead of like steel capped helms, they have these nice like not overly elaborate, but almost like berets, you know, these small hats atop them. Some of them have little feathers adorning them. Their outfits themselves have more filigree in it, in the sleeves and the shoulders. But they are wearing black coloration as opposed to the reds and oranges of the Flaming Fist. And their uniforms as well are some of the Flaming Fists, you notice their uniforms are a little bit piecemeal at times. These appear to be all very nicely made matching uniforms. And they're all wearing these black leather gloves and high black almost riding boots as you approach. And they, like anywhere else, they do an inspection of your goods, ask you questions if you're bringing anything into the city, and then ask for the payment, and you are able to get through. And stepping in to the upper city, have either of you been here before? Just wondering.
I think so. I think I'm up here like once or twice a year, either to visit the Wide or, yeah, something else.
Yeah.
I think I was frequently for like a very short period of time. Like there's some kind of like job happening up here.
Yeah.
And so I was like coming in and out a lot.
Doing portering work.
Like a month.
Yeah. Entering into the upper city, everything here speaks of privilege and wealth. The streets here are clean swept. They are, all of them, cobblestoned. There are no dirt alleys or muddy, wallowing alleys that you would find in other parts of the city. You can see these beautiful houses and mansions that surround you, and shops. Many of them have trimmed trees that grow up the sides, or ivy sprawling down the sides of the buildings. Some of the buildings are made with brick, you know, this like bright red in most of the city. That's a lot of browns, grays, and almost like dirty greens. And up here too, as you made your way up the steep hill in the area known as the Steeps, approaching the gate, it was, you know, a bit more humid and a little cooler down in the Steeps. And as you crest the hill and enter through Baldur's Gate and start walking down the cobblestone street, the air is a bit warmer. It's a bit more pleasant, and it's not quite as cool. It's not as an extreme a difference as when you were in Candlekeep. It doesn't seem like there's some sort of magical enchantment, but it's just due to the nature of this being up on this raised kind of plateau. It seems like there's almost a microclimate up here. Mm-hmm. But it's a relatively short walk, and you find yourself at the edge of the Wide, opening up before you. The Wide you see this massive square. It's huge. Like, you know, looking across to the other side, you can kind of see the buildings poking up over a sea of tents and stalls and awnings and all various colors and displays of insignia and banners, and you see words displayed on some banners calling out goods. And the one kind of thing of note is you don't really hear any street performers like you would down in the Steeps or in Eastway or any of the other areas in the outer city where street performers are more prevalent. Instead, it's just this kind of din of murmuring and voices as you start pushing your way into this gigantic flea market, essentially. And you can see stalls of all kinds and starting to get the smells of various foods drifting over the air. You see one stall is selling just beautiful pastries and breads, and they're calling out. You can see the sign above says Autumn's Breads. And going further in, there appears to be an antique shop with all kinds of strange little trinkets and oddities and little toys. You see a kid pulling on their mom's dress and like pointing and being like, "I want that one." She's like, "Just, you know, the voice, keep your voice. I want that one." And you keep moving through towards another shop that is just glittering with gems. and you pass by one, and you get these wonderful scents of cinnamon and spices, and you can see people moving away from it with these mugs with steaming liquid inside. And as you continue going further and further into this just chaotic mess towards the area where, well, I'm trying to remember.
Northeast corner.
That's right. Okay, thank you. Going towards the northeast corner of the wide, you see a final kind of shop of note that appears to be filled with all sorts of scroll cases. You see potion bottles. You see, and you see like gnarled sticks with little runes engraved on them. Some that have gems encrusted in them, and others that almost appear to be made of some sort of bone-like material, as well as some staffs in like one corner of this tent. And as you continue going, the kind of final stall of note, as you pass by, you see one stall that appears to just be selling berries of some sort. And standing there, it is being run by a very large-looking creature, almost cow-like in their form. And next to them is a slender tabaxi, and standing off in the corner, just kind of looking about with their arms crossed, as a small halfling. But nevertheless, you push through the crowd, going further and further, and make it to the northeast corner, where you can see a small stall tucked away at the very edge of the wide, with a display above that reads Amberdune Books. And it's an open-faced stall, and within you can see a counter, and behind the counter there are appear to be stacks of shelves just filled with books, and looks like there are two individuals working the counter, one of which appears to have a book open that has a small crowd of children in front, and this man is with this very thick black hair tied up into a ponytail that kind of cascades down his shoulder, with a nice green shirt and kind of a red vest on, and some light gray trousers, is sitting there reading some story to these kids as you approach, and they're all listening intently. And we are at 9 o'clock about here as you are stepping up to Amberdune Books. I think that's a good stopping point.
Yeah, that is.
Unless I want to do something dramatic, like just jump over all these children and like, tackle this guy.
You tackle the guy and just, where's the book?
Give us the books.
Hey, well, we got a week. You can think about whether you want to do that or not. But yeah, thank you everyone for joining us tonight on this shopping episode where you were unable to really buy anything.
We tried though, Kidam. That was such a good attempt.
It really was.
Good recovery too.
So embarrassed.
Hey, you just lost 25 gold's worth of holy water.
I did. It took me a full day to. No, that took me an hour to make, I think. But it did cost me 25 gold.
Yeah.
Water's expensive. I don't know.
Hey, when it's holy, when it's got that holy power in it.
It ain't the water that's expensive. It's the 25 gold worth of powdered silver that I have to obtain to make it.
Oh my god. Well, I guess I'll just have to make more.
Yeah, I don't know where I'm gonna find 25 gold lying around that I'm not using for other stuff, but...
You could do a heist. with
Oh, yeah, Kidam in a heist.
Yeah, Kidam with all your jewelry, your loud jewelry, and Lovelace the centaur. can break into the magic shop.
I mean, we are basically criminals already. Like, we've been lying, so, like, hey.
Yeah. All right. Well, I think that's it for tonight. Thank you, everybody, for watching, as always. And, yeah, I really look forward to playing next week and seeing you all there.
Yeah.
Have a good night.
No one's here. I do want to play Waterdeep at some point. Just probably not with Kadam.
Yeah, I want to do Waterdeep, too. Hey, you know, if you decide to run away off to Waterdeep, I technically own that module. I could just...
Good to know.
I shouldn't put ideas in your head. No, I'm just kidding.
Where did Valor say that she was going?
Yeah. Elturel. That's...
Are you sure it wasn't Waterdeep?
Maybe you'll go to Elturel and it's like, oh, the Tiefling, they went to Waterdeep. Anyways, thank you, everybody. Good night.
Bye.
Good night.
Bye.